Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, elementaries. This is Chinese Pod, bringing you lessons in spoken Mandarin from Shanghai, China. My name is Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Now, we're talking about money today, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
Yes. In fact, we're talking about denominations, the denominations of these smaller denominations, in fact.
So the boring part of money.
Yeah, indeed. The smallest denominations in Chinese money. And it gets pretty small, actually.
Yes.
The smallest denomination is like a 1/10. No, it's not.
It's a 1 cent.
It's a 1 cent, yeah. It's a 100th of a Chinese dollar, a kuai.
Yes.
And that's called a...
分.
Now, 分 is a word that you'll hear in many other contexts, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the lesson. But right now, let's start off with the dialogue, and then we'll come back and piece it together.
对话第一遍。
妈妈，我问你个问题。
好啊。
1块钱里有几个一角钱
？10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
第二遍。
妈妈，我问你个问题。
好啊。
1块钱里有几个一角钱
？10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
第三遍。
妈妈，我问你个问题。
好啊。
1块钱里有几个一角钱
？10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
Okay, translation.
Oh, yes, please.
妈妈，我问你个问题。
Mom, I want to ask you a question.
妈妈，我问你个问题。
Mom, I have a question.
妈妈，我问你个问题。好啊。
Okay.
好啊。
Fire ahead.
好啊。1块钱里有几个一角钱？
How many jiao are there in 1 renminbi?
1块钱里有几个一角钱？
How many jiao are there in 1 renminbi?
1块钱里有几个一角钱？10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱？
10. So let me ask you, in 1 jiao, how many fen are there?
10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱？
10 of them. So let me ask you this one. In 1 jiao, how many fen are there?
10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱？10个。
10.
10个。
10 of them.
10个。对了，宝贝真聪明。
That's right. You're a really smart kid.
对了，宝贝真聪明。
That's right. You're one hell of a smart kid.
对了，宝贝真聪明。
Okay, now, we will be selective here because we're elementary here. But I do like the first sentence. When you want to suggest that you want to ask somebody a question, you simply say,
我问你个问题。我问你个问题。
Okay. Now, the mother is in a very kind of obviously motherly, friendly agreement. She says,
好啊， 好啊
which is essentially the same as just saying
好
how,
yeah.
but the
It adds a more friendly tone.
friendly, like
好啊
supportive kind of thing. 好啊. Okay, now here's the question. So what you have is in the renminbi, it's sometimes confusing. The renminbi is the denomination. It's the currency.
It's the name of the currency.
But it's often used not by Chinese speakers, but as from foreigners actually,
Yeah.
as a unit.
Unit, yes.
Right. Now the actual unit in Chinese is called one.
块
Kuai.
or yuan.
Yuan is better, in fact. Yeah, kuai just means a piece. So yuan, and so what we're looking at here are the things, the units, the cents, and so on that make up the one kuai qian, the 1 yuan.
Yes.
Now, so let's look at that. Let's hear that question, if we could, please, Jenny.
1块钱里有几个一角钱 ?1块钱里有几个一角钱
Now, literally translated, that would be 1 kuai inside. So how was that? How did we say that?
1块钱里 1块钱里
Good. Now, li, third tone means inside,
Yes.
within, in it. And 1 Chinese dollar or 1 unit of currency or 1 yuan it's called.
1块钱 1块钱
Now, so if you're buying something in the store and it costs 1 yuan, the lady will say,
1块钱1块钱
that's right. So remember, that's it. Now, but it's good to remember this phrase because when you put it together with inside and you get.
1块钱里1块钱里
Now, so that's how it works. So that means within 1 kuai qian.
Yes.
Now, then the second part of the phrase was how many jiao are there?
有几个一角钱有几个一角钱
Now, 有几个 meaning how many, and a jiao is a tenth of a
块
kuai. Okay. So how many of those jiao are there in a kuai, in a yuan? Now, and the answer that mom gives her is
10个10个
meaning 10 of them. Now, the mom's going to ask the question, so she says,
妈妈问你妈妈问你
now, mommy's going to ask you a question this time. Mama 问你. And then she uses the similar pattern,
Yes.
but to ask, we're down to 10 jiao in one kuai, but now how many fen are there in 1 jiao? So that form was
一角钱里有几个一分钱一角钱里有几个一分钱
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
now 一角钱里. So there's the same pattern you can hear it.
Yes.
And then we have
The smallest
the smallest unit, which is the
一分
now fen. Literally translated, it means something like a division or
yes, a
a
part.
small part, or so on. Because you have it in what other context does it occur?
For example, minutes 分钟
分钟
uses the same word.
Good.
And when you're ordering a steak,
Yes.
how would you want it done?
Yes.
几分熟
Good. And also it means to separate, right? You can use it to separate,
Yes.
meaning, and that verb is
分开 分开
分开means to separate, to split something up. So there you go. That's fen for you. First tone, and it occurs in lots of contexts. Now, the answer here again was 10 of them, and that is
10个10个
now, 对了, of course, means that's correct. And then the mother
Encourages
encouraged the
the
kids,
kid.
indeed. And now she addressed the kid as
宝贝 宝贝
How old is this kid likely to be? A 宝贝
maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So a 宝贝 is a small kid.
Relatively young kid.
Yes. And she said, well, 宝贝 is really smart. So the word for smart is
聪明
聪明. Now, 聪 is the first tone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 聪明, meaning clever. And really clever is...
真聪明
Now, so the little kid is really smart. That was...
宝贝真聪明宝贝真聪明
宝贝真聪明.
Yes.
So there you go. The kid is really smart. There you go. Let's listen to that 3 more times, shall we?
对话第1遍
妈妈，我问你个问题，
好啊，
1块钱里有几个一角钱
10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
第2遍
妈妈，我问你个问题，
好啊，
1块钱里有几个一角钱
10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
第3遍
妈妈，我问你个问题，
好啊，
1块钱里有几个一角钱
10个。妈妈问你，一角钱里有几个1分钱
？10个。
对了，宝贝真聪明。
Okay. It's interesting that, we talked about fun. They're still in circulation.
Yes,
right?
they are.
Which is the 1 cent thing.
Yes.
Now, remember that there are over 8 yuan, 8 kwai, whatever one you call it, in $1. So the fun isn't really up to much.
Yeah, and actually in everyday life you rarely see
You
it
rarely see it now.
used.
But they're still in circulation, and
Yes.
that's how it works. And
You know when I was young?
Yeah.
Because the fund is issued in both coin and note forms.
Yes.
And the hip thing to do was making paper art, origami,
Wow.
out of 1 fund
Wow.
notes. So people would fold the notes and put like hundreds of them together and make them into a pineapple shape.
Wow. Interesting.
It's very realistic because
is.
the color of the note is yellowish.
Interesting. And it's certainly at this stage, it's a cheap hobby to have because.
Well, not back then.
Yeah, indeed. Well, that's fun. That's pretty small. Those notes are really tiny. Also,
Yeah,
they're still tiny.
small.
little
They're
notes.
like money in Monopoly.
Monopoly or something, yeah. I still have some of them, yeah. Interesting if you can get your hands on them. Okay, so that was money and denominations. As Jenny pointed out, that was the small stuff. Maybe someday we'll look at the big stuff and the big numbers. That might be useful too. However, in the meantime, of course, you should be going to ChinesePod.com and exploring all of this on a multi-dimensional basis because learning requires many dimensions. And so that's what you should be doing. But Jenny, you do realize that it is time, right, to say...
For us to say 再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 0549. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0549 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0549.